But it says Judea, Samaria, and the Jordan Valley are inseparable parts of the land of Israel, the historic, cultural, and spiritual homeland of the Jewish people. Many people may not know where Judea and Samaria is. It actually includes Jerusalem. And this is the biblical heartland of Israel. If you read your Bible, you're going to be talking about Abraham and Joshua and the patriarchs. The road of the patriarchs, called Route 60 right now, goes right through Judea and Samaria. And so this is exactly what Israel is claiming. This is our biblical heartland. This is our ancestral heartland, going back over 3,000 years, almost 4,000 years to Abraham. A very symbolic vote, but actually it keeps the momentum going that has been in the Knesset and other places. Actually, many Christian Zionists are advocating this as well. Even Ambassador Huckabee, during his confirmation hearing, said that he would advocate too for Judea and Samaria, but certainly he would go along with whatever the president says would be U.S. policy.
And why are these areas so important to Israel?
Well, as I said, biblical heartland of Israel. It's also a very strategic area. It only, if you take away the quote unquote West Bank, you would only leave a border of about 9 miles from the Mediterranean to Judea and Samaria. So very strategic, very historic, and very biblical. And also why this is so important, Ephraim, it really may signal, if it already hasn't been presumed dead, it would be the Oslo Accords. That was over 30 years ago now, and it's a whole idea that there would be peace with Israel and the Palestinians if they would give up more land. And that's there's in Judea and Samaria, there's 3 segments of land called A, B, and C. It didn't lead to peace. And so this could be the end of the Oslo Accords, the end of a future Palestinian state, and the beginning of sovereignty over Judea and Samaria. And one last note, Ephraim, if you go back to the 1920s, when this land was partitioned after World War I, they gave not only Judea and Samaria and Israel today, but also Jordan to a future Jewish homeland.
Brings us the story he's reporting from Jerusalem.
In a move that could have major implications for the future of the region, Israel's parliament Wednesday passed a symbolic resolution calling for the full application of sovereignty over Judea, Samaria, and the Jordan Valley. While the vote has no immediate legal effect, it signals growing momentum within the ruling coalition to formalize control over the biblical heartland.
The Knesset approved a historic declaration to apply full Israeli sovereignty over our homeland, Judea and Samaria.
In 2020, 1,000 Jewish Israelis now live in those areas, while nearly 3 million Palestinians remain under Israeli military law. The motion follows last year's resolution opposing a Palestinian state and could mark a turning point in Israeli policy. While eyes remain on Judea and Samaria, Gaza continues to dominate international headlines.
Christian leaders for Israel at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention will sign a resolution this week reaffirming the Jewish people's right to Judea and Samaria. The resolution, set to be formally released on Tuesday in Dallas, follows a similar declaration by the Conservative Political Action Conference. It also comes ahead of an expected announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump within the next 2 weeks. Earlier this month, during a press conference in Washington with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump said he would make an announcement regarding Israeli annexation of the West Bank in about 4 weeks. The resolution reaffirms the Jewish people's inalienable right to the biblical heartland of Israel and rejects all efforts, both from the United States and the international community, to pressure the Jewish people to relinquish their ancestral homeland in Judea and Samaria. The resolution will be signed by ACLI members, a network of around 3,000 Christian pastors and organizational leaders. It will also be presented to Donald Trump. Similarly, at CPAC, held from February 19th to 22nd, a statement of support for Israel was read by CPAC board member KT McFarland, which acknowledged the presence of representatives from Jewish communities in the biblical heartland and declared the organization's support.
We believe all these areas are integral parts of Israel, and the United States of America and her allies should recognize Israel's sovereignty over these lands.